Alright, boys, so here we are. This guy is running a very unique defense. It's called Dime Sugar Weak. Now, he's running a cover 4 palms, but the number one mistake a lot of players and YouTubers say and do is changing your quarter flats into hard flats or claw flats, or even getting rid of your outside quarters and changing them into flats, claw flats, hard flats, soft squats. You can't do that. If you're going to run match defense, and even Zan will agree with this, if you're going to run match defense, you run match defense. You don't run anything else. You run it like match defense. You also have to understand with match defense, whether it's palms, quarters, or show 2, or even cover 3 match, the way you press, show blitz, or even baseline press even, it's going to affect how the defense plays. So you'll see this guy's going to go ahead and baseline show blitz, regardless of what formation he comes on. It does not matter. He's going to baseline show blitz every single time. Now, that changes how zones play. Now, I believe right here, he played a good old-fashioned match defense. But again, because you're show blitzing or essentially pressing, it changes how your outside quarters are going to match to the number 1 receiver and the number 2 receiver, etc. Now, palms and quarters, we could talk about this in a different video. There is some slight variation between the two. It's a small detail that you have to pay attention to, and it's regarding the number 2 and the number 1 receiver. And again, I'm not going to talk about palms and quarters because there's a lot you can talk about between the two. So just always be aware. If you're going to run match defense, be aware of when you're pressing or not pressing and how it interacts with different formations, different route combinations. There's a lot to learn about it, and there's a lot I need to learn about it. That's why I've been Googling it. All right, so gun bunch tight end against match defense. Match defense against bunch tight end is actually good if you are not using zone drops. Now, again, I by no means am an expert at that at all. In fact, if you want to learn about match defense, I suggest checking out Zan's channel. He's insane with match, like whole different level of match. Okay, if you want to learn how to run match correctly, go to him. Don't go to any other YouTuber, including myself, because I don't know. But anyways, big mistake he likes to do is with the show blitz, he also takes his corner on the right side, and you often see him drop him into a flat, and you can't do that. And the way this guy's running match defense is very strange. He gets a very lucky stop. Is he's hopping between different safeties. Usually in a match defense, the way I like to run it, if I'm playing like a show 2 out of 3-5 wide, right? If I'm going to play match, I will use the weak side safety. In this case, it's going to be the tight end side. And then from there, you can leave the 3-rec, you can man him up, and that won't change it because the 3-rec doesn't jam players. It simply plays the number 3 receiver, or in this case, it would be looking at bunch side, the slot receiver. The furthest inside the receiver is going to be the number 3. Or if in this case, you could actually, I believe in 3-rec would be playing the running back in this situation. But right here, you can see right there, plays match defense. No zone drops, no changing of it. And you can see how effective it is when you don't run any kind of flat zones, you don't change your flats. You can't do that. It's like, I see so many YouTubers out there say, yeah, just go ahead and change your hard flats to, or quarter flats to hard flats and back to cloud flats. That's not going to change your match defense. It does. Screws up the match defense completely. You can't run it like that. So, right here, curl flat. Pro Legend right now is the guy in the white and yellow. His opponent is all green. He could be running curl flat all game long because this guy does not have an answer to it. Now, 9 seconds left. I don't agree with going quarters 3 deep, especially because you have 2 timeouts left. If Devontae Adams somehow gets open in this corner outs, that's really going to kill you. And he probably could have hit that corner out a little bit earlier and got himself into field goal range. But 2 seconds left. Now, at this point, I'd be going quarters 3 deep, and I would not ever be running cover 4 drop show 2 for this reason. If you're going to be running cover 4 drop show 2, get on a hook defender. Don't be using the safety in a deep zone, because right there, he could have potentially, if he abandoned the tight end completely, just hit his tight end for a 1-play touchdown. You can't do that. It's simple mistakes like this that will cost you guys so many games. It's just changing your defense when it's completely unnecessary. It's wild. Now, something you'll find that this guy does not like to do is send the blitz. When I was watching this game live and even watching it back now, I don't think this guy has sent pressure one single time. He plays coverage all game long. Now, right here, he goes into single back deuce close because this is his dime defense. He's been rushing 3. He should get weak box. and somehow is not getting weak boxed. He might be blitzing his user, which usually if you blitz your user in Rush 3, if you're running like a dollar defense, for example, you don't get weak boxed as often. And that's especially true in Madden 23. Weak box is gone. If you haven't heard that from other videos, weak box is gone, meaning all these dollar defenses, these quarter defenses, these dime defenses, you're going to be seeing a lot more of those in Madden 23 because weak box no longer exists. So again, trip side and offset weak. This Palms defense, Palms that he's running has not been able to stop this yet. And what should happen right there, if it was a quarters defense, the outside corner would be playing the out route. But because it's Palms, he reads the number 2 and the number 1. So I believe if the number 2 goes to the flats, the outside quarter will go ahead and bite down the flats and pass the number 1 to the safety. If the number 2 does not go to the flats, then he'll play the number 1 like a cover for quarters or a cover for a drop. He'll play it vertically along with it. And so that's why you can tell he is not running match defense. Again, you can see how he's taking this out route because the number 1's going to flats. Essentially, what should be going on right there? Well, the number 1's going to the flats, and so I guess that in sense is actually going to take advantage of it. But right here, number 2 go to the flats. You can see right there, the Palms, the outside quarter is going to go ahead and play that flats, but you notice how he drops off? Really, really weird. I believe that's because of the press. He sees that slant coming from the backside, so he goes and backs off. And right here, 11 seconds, this is going to be for the guap. Now, I don't understand how that inside quarter did not play that, but it didn't play it. But you can see right here, popping on the screen, this is going to be the last play of the game. 1 second left. You basically just got to get a Hail Mary. You definitely call quarter 3 deep, and you just go ahead and use or anybody you think may be beat over the top. You can try right there, Valdez Scantling. He's got like 93 speed, gets beat over the top. And right there, gets the pick. Then he goes for 2. He gets a 2-point conversion, and that is going to be game over. Now, popping up on the screen is one of my favorite blitzes, as well as the little subscribe icon, the picture of myself, yours truly, Team Meister. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button for more professional Madden breakdowns. A lot of it's going to be coming from Twitch because FNF, obviously MCS, those 2 things are done for the year. So it's going to be a lot of money game breakdowns and a whole lot more. So we catch you guys in the next video. Of course, subscribe for Madden 23 Blitzes, and we'll see you in the next.